Hello, ladies. This lady right here is Betty Wright. I don't particularly know Betty Wright, but I've heard Betty's Wright music through my mom. You know, she sang songs like "Tonight Is the Night," but it's one song in particular that she sung that I didn't agree with, and the name of it y'all can look it up. I don't actually know the name of it, but in the song it'd be like, "That's why I still love him like I do." Okay, but in this song, she's describing about how this man dogs her out, and she still loves him even though he dogs her out. And she tries to give advice and say stuff like, having a piece of man is better than having no man at all. Okay, this type of thinking right here is the type of thinking that we need to stay away from. And we need to stay away from the women who encourages this and will tell you stuff like this. Because these type of women is who you call a pick-me chick. Meaning, she isn't for no benefit of any woman. She's only for the benefit of a man. It doesn't make any difference whether he's hurting you or not. She's still for the man's benefit. And she will encourage you to stay with that man even if he continues to hurt you and try to make you feel like as a woman you are supposed to go through stuff like that because of what somebody did in the Garden of Eden that was a woman, which you don't really know whether or not that happened or not. These women care nothing about your tears and what you going through. It's all about the men, because in reality she's trying to impress them or get some type of brownie points with them, because she probably never had a father in her life, and she probably used that emotionally to be on every man's side who does wrong. A lot of these women preach a good game, but it's not doing good in their own life when it comes to relationships. They change men like how me and you change underwear. Yet they have so much shit to say about what me and you should be doing as women to please our men, but she's not practicing what she preached. How would I know if she's a pick me chick? Okay, I'll tell you how. She'll be saying stuff, encouraging stuff to stay with him, like, having a piece of man is better than having no man at all. You know, why in the hell should I settle for a piece of man? He don't want just a piece of me. He want all of me. You see where that's unfair at, and how this song, is kind of like encouraging women to stay with men who do them wrong. Miss Betty Wright, I don't mean no ill will to you. I don't, because I do realize back then y'all women caught hell. Y'all caught hell trying to keep the family together. Y'all used to deal with y'all drunk husbands coming home from wherever, whooping your ass and all this and that. But did you really have to put it on a song and encourage this type of behavior? To be with a man who's whooping your ass and running around with Miss Sue? But you know what the funny part is? Black men don't want to acknowledge the amount of hell that the black women went through back then. The only thing they want to do is say, oh, life was better, and men was men back then when they grew up in a family. They're not mentioning all the shit that those kids had to witness from their dad abusing their mom. That they want to sweep that under the rug like it didn't happen. And you have the older generation of pick me women co-signing the BS that was back then and encouraging the women who was getting abused to stay into that, and everything will get better. I'm willing to bet a lot of women back then died at the hands of their husband. But we're gonna sweep that under the rug and pretend like that didn't ever happen. Because that's what us black folks like to do in the black community. We want to make it seem like the black family was so good back in the day. Yeah, that's what we like to do. We like the front. We don't tell the bad side. We don't tell the side about how the black man took notes from the white man on how to treat their wife and beat their ass and shit when stuff don't go their way. We don't talk about the daddies who was molesting the daughters back then. No, we want to sweep that under the rug and make that seem like it didn't happen. But when you mention this, the men want to act like they don't know about it or get amnesia about it. And the pick-me women, they want to pretend like that don't even exist. Or if they acknowledge it, they blame the woman for it. These are also pick-me chicks. The one who is always pointing the finger at the women and not the man. If a man is a child molester, he is a child molester. You shouldn't be pointing the finger at the little girl, but that's what pick-me chicks do. This is why I'm saying they are poison to our community. We need to cut them loose. One time I saw a pick-me chick at my school I was in college in. Okay, I knew this other girl. She was getting abused by her man. She tried to tell this girl about it. This girl told her, well, you know you're supposed to go through that anyway. She have nothing encouraging to tell her but that. This instructor in my class, who was a woman, I told her that I wanted to create an organization for abused women. She gonna look at me, well, you know women's supposed to go through that anyway. To myself, I'm thinking, well, if you really feel that way, why are you here? You shouldn't even be working. You should be at home barefooted pregnant with no job if you really feel that way. And this is the way I feel about pick-me chicks. You really feel like that, you shouldn't be saying nothing. You should be quiet. You shouldn't have a job. You shouldn't have any of that. You should just be sitting at home and letting your man bring home the money. But don't encourage me to be you. But anyway, these are who pick-me chicks are. They can be any woman, from a career woman to a non-career woman. But the reason why we should stay away from them is because they're toxic to us and our community. Bye. I drew this picture 2 years ago. I used watercolor pencils and a pen. And that's it. Bye.